Welcome to GIFTScast, where we, your hosts...
I'm Michael.
I'm Garnet.
And I am Will. Talk about the news,
And
movies,
such.
mostly movies, because
We are
a film school, so
we are film
I'm not
enthusiasts at a film school. I might talk about video games every once in a while.
Video games are fine.
Okay, cool.
That
Comics? Are comics kosher?
Comics are kosher.
Video games are more
as long
than
as
fine.
they
Is the
relate to
word-
the conversation.
Is the word kosher kosher?
No. Because it has not been
Definitely
blessed by
not.
a priest.
Okay.
I'm certain a comic book in some time has been blessed
We are
by a
film
priest.
priests. That's what we are.
Film priests. I will
Yeah.
watch that movie.
Well, that's a good.
Um,
let's convince the student to make that.
Yeah, it's just a bunch of priests making films.
But they have to film it underwater.
no,
Underwater.
doesn't make any sense. At a
Underwater
church.
film priests.
Entirely in a church.
Underwater church?
Yes,
Okay.
like a sunken church.
I like it.
It's a good idea.
All right,
Also,
that
for
down.
all you audio listeners out there, please send all of your mail to giftscast@gmail.com. Send us any messages or topics you want us to talk about. Any new movies you want us to check out?
Or old movies, preferably old movies, because we don't get much
Yeah.
on this island.
Yeah. Apparently we download like crazy.
Apparently.
Apparently.
Yeah, that's an
10
issue going on
gig.
here at the camp.
But
We
we've
got
got
15 gigs, and only the computers were on for half the day.
yeah.
And 10 of those gigs were in the morning
Yeah.
before any computers were
But we
really
haven't
on.
done bad.
No,
I don't know,
I've shortened it down to
Like-
four gigs.
Yeah.
Or maybe 5 gigs now.
Yeah.
Check.
Because I think at one point it was like 0.3 an hour, 0.3 gigabytes an hour.
Now we're down to like 0.25.
Awesome. Congratulations.
Yeah, I get to download something when I get to point
Zero.
one. Or
Point one?
Point
zero
one. Point one is.
I think point one is admirable.
Yeah.
I think that you'll receive your episode of
True Blood.
True
I
Blood.
really want to watch
Alright.
that show.
Okay. I've never seen an episode of True Blood ever.
It's so good.
bad.
It's
so
so badly good.
It's good, it's bad.
I love it.
I don't know. I'm very much enjoying Community.
It's great.
I had never seen
We
an
need to watch
episode
more
before I came to the
Community.
camp. Yeah, we can watch more of that later.
Later,
But
yeah.
we need
later.
to finish Star Wars.
I heard
course.
some ramblings from Jonathan that we have to watch the raid tonight because there's just been too much hype.
Because if you watch
Yeah.
too late, then
Yeah.
you're like, it's gonna be the greatest movie ever, and it's not.
Mm-hmm.
Then you get super disappointed. But they're like, oh, it's a good movie. You're much more likely to go into it.
Okay, let's
But
watch
if we
it
tell
then.
people it's a bad movie, then they'll love it. Every
Right.
minute of it.
For anyone out there, The Raid Redemption, it's an Indonesian movie where they practice a martial arts form called Salat. It's awful. Go see it.
Apparently, there's lots of
I'm
stuff happening in that.
excited to see.
There's a lot
it
of
tonight.
action. There's tons
There's
of
some
action.
guy getting his wall, like his face into a wall.
Yeah.
Sweet looking.
Oh yeah, it's great.
That's awesome.
No, it's terrible. It's terrible. Go see it.
It's awful. It's the worst movie I've ever seen. You should watch it just to see how terrible it is.
Like The Room.
No,
Let's not bring that up.
That's artful. That's
That's
just
just
artful.
artfully bad.
And amazing.
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 Okay, The Room is amazing. Don't see it.
Yeah, and then you'll go and see it, and you'll love it.
Yeah.
That works.
Yeah, that's the way.
Yeah.
This way GIFTScast works.
Are you guys excited for Batman?
Which one?
I am.
The one we're gonna go see, The Dark
Yeah,
Knight
Dark
Rises.
Knight Rises.
Oh, that sounds awful.
It sounds awful. Go see it.
Sounds bad. Sounds so
No,
bad.
but seriously, I'm not excited.
You know what? I've heard rumors that Batman is gonna die.
I heard rumors that if you read the comic books, he gets his back broken by Bane.
So, Bruce Wayne might not be able to be the Batman anymore. But do you think the Batman idea will live on? Will they do like the
I think
Batman
they-
Incorporated
Bruce
thing?
Wayne dies, but Batman lives.
Yeah.
Through who?
I-
Dick Grayson? Gary Oldman as Chief-
Gary Oldman as
Through
Batman.
Michael Caine, I
Lucius Fox is
He's too old.
no, he's not.
He's too old for this stuff.
He's Morgan Freeman for this Smurf.
This Smurf, yeah. They don't have Dick Grayson. Like, Dick Grayson's essential. If they don't have Dick Grayson, they can't kill Batman.
Christian Bale said that he would never do Batman if there was a Robin character.
Well, too late. What if there's Batgirl? Because they introduced her in the first
what?
two movies.
What?
What? No, that's his love interest. That's like,
Yeah, that's not Batgirl.
yeah.
Yeah, Batgirl.
But you know
No.
what? They never have.
Yes.
No.
No, not what's her face.
Isn't Batgirl Commissioner Gordon's daughter?
Yeah, and you see Commissioner Gordon's daughter in the first movie, then in the second movie, and in the third one we're gonna.
I thought it was a boy.
No, it's a girl.
Really?
Yes.
Wow. Okay, the entire first movie, they're
We should watch Batman.
Batman
Batman.
Begins.
All of them.
All of them.
All of them.
All of them.
before we see The Dark Knight Rises.
Easy.
Yes.
We
That
need
is-
to watch. We need to watch Michael Keaton. We need to watch
George Clooney.
George Clooney, Val Kilmer, and
Definitely.
of course
Was Val Kilmer?
yes, Val Kilmer was Batman.
But doesn't it like Bruce Wayne has to have black hair, doesn't he?
Nope. He's
Apparently not.
blonde. as
Oh man.
blonde can be.
I
It's
actually
amazing.
really want to see those. How are we going to get them?
Which one is the one with the?
Can't download
I
it.
have those DVDs
Oh, do you?
at my house.
Which one is the one with the?
Go home and get
Bat
them.
nipples?
Yes.
Bat nipples are when they first get Robin. Robin has bat nipples the entire time.
Wow. For
Beautiful.
Batman, like are they?
Not as prominent. They weigh at least 10 pounds on Robin, maybe only 5 on Batman.
Is that the one where Uma Thurman
Yes,
plays?
yes,
Yes.
Ivy. Yes.
Yeah. No, I didn't like that movie.
That had Val Kilmer in it. Yeah, no.
Yeah, Uma Thurman.
No, that was. Oh, wait.
I think that was George Clooney.
I thought. No. That was George Clooney, you're right.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
thought you were going to say Val Kilmer.
No,
and
I
you
said
didn't.
George Clooney. But I didn't like Uma Thurman as Poison Ivy.
I
I think.
like Val Kilmer.
Is it the same one where Arnold Schwarzenegger is Mr. Freeze?
Yes.
Okay. I like. I
That was good.
like.
Guess
Arnold
what
Schwarzenegger.
killed the dinosaurs? The Ice Age! Oh, comedy gold.
good.
Yeah.
So good.
Would you guys go see the Expendables or the Expendables 2?
Instantly.
Instantly? See, I'm not excited for it at all.
I-
It's all hype. It's
No,
all hype.
it's
That's
all like it's gonna be terrible, so you have
Yeah.
to see it.
I saw the first one and I thought it was ridiculously bad.
Yeah, that's why I'm
Why
so
everyone
excited.
appreciated
I
it.
haven't seen it.
Because
That's
they're like
good.
They knew what they were getting into.
I've meant to.
See, the Expendables, I'm being completely serious here. It's an awful movie. Do not rent it. Do not try to see it. Maybe download it. Do not spend money on this movie.
Now I'm gonna go see it.
I
Yeah, you-
gotta
Because
see
you
it.
said that.
I'm
Because
gonna
you
watch
said
it
that.
again.
I have
I'm
to
gonna
go
use,
see
I'm
it.
gonna get the high quality one on our
Yes.
internet. I'm gonna torrent it so we have the upload and download.
Oh, we have been watching what is it? Storm Trooper. Starship Troopers. That is the greatest movie. It is so good, and I don't understand
That is a solid
why.
piece of cinema. I think the writers
I
should
don't know
win an
why.
Oscar. It's the greatest piece of modern
So
drama of our
good.
lifetime.
It's
I just
unbelievable,
can't
isn't it?
not watch it.
You were like, I'm not really excited for it. I'm like, just watch it. And you're like, I'm falling in love with this film. I have
Oh,
the
beautiful.
sequels. They're
All of them.
Really?
so
How
bad.
How many are there?
There are 2.
Yes.
One in 2008 and one in 2002.
Okay, give me both of them. Put them.
They are like eating the streets of Victoria because we have horses there and they
Yeah.
they crap on the ground.
Oh no, they don't have toilets. What?
No,
See,
they
in
don't have.
Toronto,
I'm
they
just
have toilets.
confused.
Well, yeah, I bet you have like skyscrapers there too.
Yeah. No, it's they're cloud touchers where I come from. You uncivilized rabble call them skyscrapers. Oh God, what's wrong with you? That's so mainstream.
Cloud touchers.
Cloud touchers.
Who's
Like, that's the
ever
cloud.
said that?
Nobody
Who's
does.
ever said that?
I just came up with it.
That's good.
I had to come up with something imaginative.
It's good. I like
Yeah.
that. I might call all
Let's-
skyscrapers.
I'm gonna do that from
Yeah.
now on.
You're on a romantic date with a girl. You're on a skyscraper. Oh man, I love seeing the sky like from a skyscraper. Excuse me? No,
No, it's a
excuse
cloud
me. It is not.
toucher.
It is a cloud toucher.
Come on, you got it right. You're
See the look
you're
on
so
her face.
weird.
See the look on her face.
In Nova Scotia, that's every building.
Whoa,
Uh,
You can make me spit out my nose.
I'm sorry.
We're so Canadian.
We are the most Canadian.
Have any of you visited an American city?
Easy.
Yep.
Okay, go for it because I really haven't.
Phoenix,
And how was Phoenix?
Arizona.
How was
Hot.
there- Oh, is that all?
Hot. And it's really weird because
Yeah.
everything is really spread out.
Yeah.
I guess because I live in Victoria, everything's kind of close together.
Yeah.
Like, I can get somewhere in 10 minutes by car.
I went to San
From-
Francisco and New Orleans.
How was
and
Nolans? Nolans?
It was
Nolans.
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 It was awesome.
It was awesome. Okay, cool.
Because we went on
Mardi Gras?
Ooh, boy,
No,
that'd
we
be-
went like
that'd
2
be a
weeks
little crazy.
after Mardi Gras.
Oh, then you
We
missed
went
out.
for St. Patrick's Day,
That was terrible.
and there was a huge parade.
That's
and
like
it
every
was
day there, isn't it?
on Bourbon Street.
Bourbon
no, and there
Street.
was
Bourbon Street. There's a street called Bourbon.
That's amazing.
yeah, no Bourbon
What about
Street.
Whiskey
That's where
Avenue?
everything
What about
happens.
Whiskey Avenue?
No, because bourbon is whiskey. Both
But
corn.
there were
they're
still
both
there were
fun.
still the Mardi Gras beads everywhere.
Everywhere.
What was that sound?
Everywhere.
What was that sound bite?
Yeah, I'm hearing some weird stuff.
Was that like a Mardi Gras sound bite?
It may have been. Can you guys hear me?
Kind of.
A
Yeah.
little bit.
Oh, that's nice.
Nobody's wearing the headphones, and I doubt your mic's on, but...
My mic is on.
Oh, okay. Whatever.
Because the sound booth isn't soundproof.
Yeah,
I'm
not
seeing
soundproof.
levels when I speak.
Yeah, I think it's just because no one has the headphones on. I think I've only ever been to Kalamazoo, and that had this zoo. I'm not kidding you.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
The Kalamazoo Zoo.
I can't remember that. No, it wasn't the Kalamazoo Zoo. Like it had.
What?
It had
It wasn't? They were missing
No.
out on a prime opportunity
Damn it.
for a hilarious
Yeah.
joke.
They should just call it the
And it was supposed to be
Kalamazoo.
It was either when I was in
How about
Kalamazoo
Capitals?
or when I was in Georgia. I can't remember, but it was like the biggest zoo in the world, and it was like just a trip to Africa. And so I didn't go to an American city. I went to Africa for a day.
Really?
Yeah,
That's cool.
it was.
Well, I've been to more than just Phoenix, guys. I'm a traveler of the world.
You have traveled the world. I can
Yeah.
see by your beret there.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
wearing a suit because of my terrible haircut. I was gonna swear.
Vive
but
le
I-
diablo.
Yeah, no, so I've been to Phoenix, but the thing about Phoenix is it takes like 30 minutes to go down the street.
What?
Because everything's so spread out.
Because
Oh,
are
yeah.
properties like really large
Yes.
there? Oh, okay.
Massive.
Yeah.
And
Lots of farmland?
no, it's
Oh.
the desert. Lots
Oh,
of
right. Lots
desert.
of sand.
lots of unbuildable ground and roads that lead to nowhere. And then I've been to Los Angeles. And that was pretty nice. It's once again one of those things where it takes an hour to get somewhere, not because it's far away, but because of traffic. I did.
Did you visit Hollywood?
Yes.
And
Yes,
how
I
was
did.
that? How was Hollywood?
Not
Not Hollywood enough.
not Hollywood enough for me. I wanted more sunglasses. There weren't enough. But no, the thing. So we decided we were going to go to a beach,
Okay.
the famous beach,
In Los Angeles.
Venice.
Okay.
Venice Beach.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
All right. So you know what that kind of is.
No.
No.
All right, well, it's
Never
like
been
here.
to
Not
LA.
at all.
Never
Well,
been
okay,
to
so
LA.
Venice Beach and Anaheim are not close together because I was
Okay.
going to Disneyland.
Yeah.
We're like, we should head to Venice Beach. So we're like, by like distance wise, it should have only taken us 30 minutes. But we're like, there's traffic, so let's make it an hour. 3 hours later, we arrived at Venice Beach, and it's raining, pouring rain. Like this is the worst.
Oh, that sucks.
but
That's-
but we were still propositioned for many drugs, the most drugs.
Well, yeah.
Because it's like they're just standing out there, and then there are stores where it's just
Yeah.
like for tobacco use only in massive letters,
Yeah.
clearly
And then
fake.
you walk in.
And there's shirts where it's like legalize, and it's got the marijuana
Yeah.
handprint.
It's
whatever
funny.
called.
I've heard that
Leaf,
Marijuana
the cannabis
leaf?
leaf.
cannabis leaf. Thank you.
I've heard that in Vancouver there are like on Canada Day there are just big events for weed. Like there's big fairs. and stuff.
420.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
on 420, on 420 as well. But basically, like shops can set up booths that sell marijuana.
In where? Amsterdam?
What?
No, like in Vancouver. This is
No,
what I've heard.
No.
On the
no,
plane
not
over here,
legally.
that's
Not
plain
legally.
No, not legally, but there's no enforcement.
Then they can't do it.
Then they no.
They just.
But there's no enforcement.
Doesn't mean it's not. Doesn't make it
Yeah.
legal.
But I've never had anything like that in Toronto
You want to know why?
because
'Cause
Toronto
it's
doesn't have any.
Toronto.
They're not.
You're not 420 friendly. You're.
I beg to differ.
Ontario's national cash crop is not marijuana.
What would it be?
Not marijuana.
Not marijuana.
BC's is marijuana the cranberries. It's a weird province we live in.
I don't know. Ontario. It must
No, you
be
have like
poor
wheat.
politicians.
Like wheat. That's all you
Oh.
got.
That's all we got.
And pine trees.
I'll sell you a couple cloud touchers if you want.
Oh, a cloud toucher.
Yeah, you can have a cloud
I
toucher.
will
if
give you a
want.
cloud toucher from my favorite place on earth,
What's your favorite?
Halifax.
place? Halifax.
So it's just the smallest building I could find. Everything's a cloud. Oh man, bringing back the joke. Bringing back the joke.
Yeah.
That's important. Continuity is important.
Revenge of the humor.
Revenge of the humor.
Okay, on to Star Wars.
On to Star Wars. Good
Yeah.
transition.
Yeah,
that was so
nice.
forced.
That was nice.
That was the most forced
That was
transition
bad.
ever. But we're in Star Wars now, so I'm ready to talk.
Okay, so episode 1, The Phantom Menace.
Phantom Menace.
Beautiful.
Are we
Amazing.
gonna like a 5-star rating or what?
All right, out of five, out of five.
Fine.
I think the best part about it was definitely the writing and the dialogue
Oh, dialogue.
between some of the characters was just so poetic.
High level.
I was
Out of 5, I'm gonna give it a 4.5. I think.
Okay.
No,
what are you giving it?
4.25.
4. Okay, 4 1/4.
4.25.
I can give it a 4 because I think
4?
I think Obi-Wan should have talked a lot more.
Yeah.
Okay, see-
that was my only flaw, but I
Yeah,
thought he talked
and-
enough. He had one when Anakin comes on, he's like, "Looks like we picked up another pathetic life form." I couldn't. That was one of the greatest one-liners.
That was the best. I will never forget it.
And you?
How about you? What's your rating?
See,
F5?
now I'm not on the whole boat with you guys with the whole taking it humorously. So as a serious movie,
Some people see terribly wrong with you.
Yeah,
Me
I don't
watching
think
this
I'd
is a
give
serious
it more
movie.
than a 2 out of 5.
see, I watched The Phantom Menace right after watching the original trilogy. I love the original trilogy as a serious series of films. So episode 1, I give a 1 out of 5.
What was the first movie?
That's harsh. That's harsh.
So it should be out of 6. Why is it out of 6?
What
I
about-
wanna
what
change
about
it.
Jar Jar?
Okay,
It's out of 6, and I'll give it a 5.
Okay, my score is still a 1.
Yeah, it makes more sense that way.
Yeah.
Are you just gonna go up through the series? Because that would make no
No,
sense.
no, episode 2 is like a 0.5.
The Obi-Wan liners. We're not there yet. We're not there yet.
The
Out of
Obi-Wan
6.
liners are nice. That's
So,
what scores at the half
on the
point.
new rating. On the new rating, 4.5, 5.5 for you, or 4? No, sorry, 4.5.
4.5.
He's like a 4.5. Yeah.
4.5.
Why did you like it? Because the Obi-Wan liners.
The one Obi-Wan line.
Yep.
I thought the pod race scene was particularly hilarious because it's just so vastly unrealistic. There's something about the Sebulba ramming his pod racer into Anakin's, and it's just like,
And nothing
why is he not
happens.
destroyed?
Yeah, have
Well,
you
it's
ever
just
seen that in like a
obliterated.
Formula 1 race where the cars bump together?
Yeah, there's explosions.
Yeah. Have you seen how much damage is caused? Yeah, they
I don't
ricochet
understand.
Yeah.
about a 100
They
feet
just
maybe.
destroy each other.
Oh yeah, no, it's
Shred 'em.
horrific.
I don't know why they don't shred them in Star Wars.
Yeah.
So that's something missing.
See,
But
I
then
thought-
again, they're not touching the ground.
I
so
don't
that might
think
be
they're
the thing.
really aiming for realism.
That's why
though.
it's Star Wars.
Yeah.
You know
Star
what?
Wars.
You know what I didn't like? How they had Jabba's wife, but didn't introduce her. That was a yeah. There were two huts. One was Jabba. One
What?
was Jabba's
I
wife.
don't-
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, and they didn't
And then
introduce
in the Clone
Was
Wars
there?
cartoon,
her. Yeah, they have her. All the
Jabba
time.
has a son.
Don't talk about that.
What? No, it's a good cartoon.
It's a great cartoon.
Yeah, it's actually good. No, it's solid.
It's
What
almost
is
as good as
wrong
Empire
with you?
Strikes
No.
Back. Just kidding. Just kidding. All right. Other things let's see.
I didn't think
I
the pod
hated.
race was good.
Things I liked about it. I liked the use of lightsabers. I enjoyed at the beginning in particular when they're cutting the hole.
Mhm.
I enjoyed that thoroughly. I also enjoy the use of the force powers quite a bit. You know, seeing force jump, force speed, all that sort of stuff, kind of enhancing the universe. Mace Windu's line was perfectly delivered, I thought, and kind of showing how Anakin, who's this young boy, is going to be so powerful in the future. It's such a strong transition, and I think that this film sets it up perfectly for the next two.
So being realistic here, they could have done a little bit more work on the fight scenes.
I think they could have done a lot more work with just the development of the story.
Like
There's no real protagonist. And I think Obi-Wan should have been the protagonist. And I think you guys agree with me because of the Obi-Wan liners.
it would have been
He would have
such
been great.
Yeah, it would have
Seeing
been a little bit better.
Seeing him
movie.
go from this kind of young jokester, kind of this
Yeah.
old sage. I think you know what? Let's redo the Star Wars movies.
Oh,
Obi-Wan's the
you
main
want to
character.
do it here?
Obi-Wan's the main
Let's
character.
do it.
Michael will be Obi-Wan.
Or I'll be Obi-Wan. That Obi-Wan.
Don't get cocky, kid.
But continuing.
Okay, please continue.
I don't know, I just think they put in too much work into like choreographing it so it looks pretty, and they kind of forgot that it's a fight to the death.
I totally agree with you. I think it was not angry enough. Is that what?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
they're not
Well,
forceful. It
yeah.
seems
That's
too fluid.
Because they're Jedi.
They're sort of
You
just
realize that
bouncing
they
off
don't
of each
have
other.
any hatred, except for
Yeah,
Darth
no,
Maul,
I understand that, but
who
like,
is the most aggressive of all of them.
yeah,
Who's literally like punching dudes in the face. No, he's not. Is
but
he?
he's not because it's
Yeah,
a
no,
really
he does.
Light,
He
it's
elbows.
a really light action.
He
scene.
elbows.
No, he does. He elbows them in the face.
Yeah,
and
but
kicks
okay.
constantly.
Now compare that to the final fight scene in Revenge of the Sith.
You mean the lava fight scene?
Yeah, the lava fight scene on
Well, we're not talking about that yet.
Mustafar. Okay,
can't bring
we'll
that
talk
up.
about it later.
Nope.
Can't bring that up.
Okay, is that your criteria for the movie, or
Yeah,
do you
yeah.
have any
Well,
more?
What's good about it? You need to make up that 4.5. Right now you have it at 0.
Obi-Wan liners.
Okay, perfect. Oh, that's
perfect.
10.
It's yeah.
That's a 10 out of 6.
Yep, easy.
Yep.
Easy. Okay, so why did I give it such a low score? I thought that the pod race scene did not display Anakin's power at all. It just showed how he was lucky. I wanted Anakin's introduction to show him off as a powerful Force user, so that people were like, oh, the Force is strong with this one. Not, oh, this guy's kind of lucky, and like he's got this high midichlorian count. Also, the whole midichlorian
Why would he
thing.
be able to use?
I have
the
no problem
Force
with
already?
midichlorians.
I have a problem with midichlorians.
Mhm.
It's like a
Well,
gene.
what do you want them to put there instead? Like
I just
they
want it
have
to be
to
the Force.
show. They
I
have
want
to
them to
put
be like-
some.
But explain us how Superman gets. How does Superman have his powers? It's in his blood. Spider-Man, it's in his blood. Mutagens. How does Bruce Banner get his powers?
You know what? I think we should touch back on this when we've done a little research. Maybe when we do our next podcast, we'll talk about different ways that the Force could have been introduced.
The Force could have been introduced. That's the only way. It's a blood thing.
Yeah.
Like a
The
pathogen.
midichlorians are just a way of distinguishing a bloodline.
But could you reproduce midichlorians and make someone super powerful with the Force?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a plot line in
Totally
some of them.
can.
Has someone actually done that?
Yes.
I want to see this. That'd be cool.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
I'll show you some things.
Okay, but the pod race should have had Anakin repairing his pod racer
Force.
with the Force.
If I was to redo it, actually,
I think
would
that's
make
taking
Anakin
it too
at the
far.
same
That's
age as
taking it
Luke.
too far.
I would have made Anakin the same age as Luke. And
Yeah.
because then you have the parallels of the progression.
The
of
parallel, plus he would be a much more mature character, and the entire audience would enjoy him more.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoy that he made C-3PO. The whole making C-3PO thing is kind of interesting.
Yeah, that was
Because you
explains
see
why
the
it's really
nice.
relationship
And,
that they
and you
have.
see why he was designed to make.
Yeah.
Why it's basically his first
Yeah.
language. What I don't get is why doesn't R2-D2, who can't be memory wiped, not just tell everyone everything?
Because he's the master of the whole game. I ship him for the Game of Thrones.
Well, technically, he is the main character of the series.
Because he's present in like each
It's
scene,
he's the most prevalent character and he's the most important character. He
But what
holds the
is-
Death
what
Star
is
plans
his-
for Christ's
Yeah,
sake.
he does.
Yeah,
he
no,
does a lot
but
of
what
work.
what is his motivation to tell them? Why does he care?
Does he get a medal at the
You
end?
should know
of,
your father's a guy who's killing people. It's kind of important, and your sister exists. I don't know who was
Well-
there for that. He wasn't there for that. He wasn't there for that.
He was with Anakin.
No.
No.
Yes. No.
No,
Who was he with?
he definitely.
Where was he? Wait, I'm gonna recreate the scene.
Obi-Wan?
They were on the Naboobian fighter, Naboobian starship. In the third one, but we're not there yet.
Okay. Okay.
Um,
Sorry.
You won.
So one after the pod race.
The pod race is a big point here.
Yeah.
I think the pod race
yeah.
should have been more show of his.
I mean, the pod race
I
was great,
liked-
but
I
it
liked it.
definitely should have shown off Anakin as more of a Force user. I think he should have been older, more mature.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit more anger, so we could sort of see. Oh, we know this guy's gonna go to the dark side.
You should.
Or
I have rewritten the Star Wars series in my head to be
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah.
I have, and I can tell you what you have to do.
Yeah.
All right.
and
So you need to make Anakin older.
Yeah.
You need to have the pod race scene. He has to repair his pod racer with the Force.
Yeah.
All right. He needs to, in the final fight scene on Naboo. Not in the spaceship, not flying around. He's on the ground. He's with Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon.
Yeah.
When Qui-Gon gets killed.
Yeah.
All right. He should get kind of like, what, this guy was going to train me. I don't understand what's going on. Obi-Wan is then knocked out. What he should do then is he should come in, and Darth Maul's there, and he's about to kill him, and he just pulls down a massive chunk of ceiling and crush Darth Maul in just pure rage. Right?
Oh.
Right?
Okay.
And then you still keep Maul alive
Mm-hmm.
because he's in the clone series and he's sweet because he's got the walker.
I think even
so what you do is you put him in as the walker and you replace him as Count Dooku and as
General
Grievous.
Grievous. Yeah, no,
Wow.
that makes sense because then you would have a prevalent
Antagonist
between
like
the
Darth
three
Vader.
movies.
Like
That
Darth
works.
Vader.
That'd be
works.
great. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, that'd be.
And then there's more Mandalorians in the second. Well, we're not there yet. I'll tell you
Yeah,
about
yeah.
that when we get there. Anyways, so let's go to the second one. I guess.
Okay, Attack of the Clones.
Attack of the Clones. All right. Great.
What would you give it out of 5?
Out of 5? No, out of 6 because we're doing
Out of 6. I'm sorry. Out of 6.
Saga.
Out of
Saga
6.
joke. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Even our score is a joke, ladies and gentlemen.
It is. Mine is all about how I come out of the movie feeling.
Yeah.
And out of this movie, I'm feeling a 4 out of 6.
Okay.
I mean, Obi-Wan has some of the greatest one-liners you'll ever have.
Uh-huh.
Right?
Uh-huh.
Just spectacular.
Well, he's in the vast majority of the movie, I think.
Yeah, he's practically
he's
the main
definitely
character.
the protagonist for episode 2, where he should have been the protagonist for episode 1.
Yeah, but we're not there yet.
Okay.
Definitely.
Yeah.
But my recreation of Star Wars.
Yeah. Okay.
So, so we have Obi-Wan. Yeah. So he's right away. Obi-Wan just being there, his jokes, the way he acts. Because Ewan McGregor has this way of acting that you're like, I'm with this guy. So he's a 6. He's like a 10 even out of 6. Like,
Okay. The
there's something
haircut.
about him.
The haircut.
Hayden
the
Christensen
best.
Move.
drags this film down.
He dragged
Like-
the
A soggy airplane.
all of the Anakin actors. Have you heard that the guy who played young Anakin in Episode 1 is never
Hates
going to
it.
act again?
Yep.
Yeah, he'll never do
What's his
anything.
face, Lloyd.
Yep.
He's never gonna act.
I'm sort of
again.
happy with that. I don't think he did a good job.
He didn't.
Neither did Hayden.
I'm a human. I'm not a slave. I'm a person. My name is Anakin. Worst delivered line I've ever heard. Or, are you an
So
angel? Oh God.
And then look at how much older Padme Amidala is compared to, or how much older
Well,
looking.
she's supposed to be 14.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's what, 10?
10.
And then
That's a little weird.
4 years now.
Well, at that age.
Maybe.
Okay, back to episode 2.
Episode 2. All right. I love Jango Fett. I love the clones. I love how that all works. There's some things I hate, which I'll go into when I tell you what I would do to recreate it better.
Okay.
But I like how Boba Fett is a clone
Yeah.
of Jango, and I think that's important to show how the kind of the Mandalorian way of training is such an
Yeah.
important.
And he's a perfect clone. He's an
he's
exact
an
clone
exact clone.
of Jango Fett. He's not,
Yeah.
with the clone troopers, they
But-
have all of these different.
But to me, that doesn't
Yeah.
explain why he uses a blaster and not 2 pistols. Because I think he would have been trained by Jango to use 2 pistols. But that's beside the point.
I don't know, because then he has the wrist-mounted stuff as well.
Well, so does Jango.
That's true. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Either way.
Yeah, so I love the Jedi Starfighters. I love how Coruscant looks. But Hayden Christensen,
No.
he's not a great actor.
No.
And if he's listening, I love you, dude, but I hate you. Like, I love the dedication that you're trying to get, like, an angsty teenager over. You did it too well. He's too angsty, and that's
Just
why
made
I
it
hate him.
annoying. Yeah.
I'm sure you're a great actor,
Yeah.
and I haven't watched you in anything else because I know.
Yeah, maybe he's better in other stuff. I
Is
think he
he?
did other movies.
what
Did
has
he?
he been in?
I think he did like one horror, maybe not a horror movie, but he's asleep in a hospital, and the doctors in the hospital decide they're gonna kill him to harvest his organs.
Oh.
But he's awake, like he's conscious.
Oh, that
He
sounds
just
awesome.
can't do anything with his body. Something like that.
Sweet.
That's actually.
Look him up on
I'd watch,
IMDb.
I'll look
I'd
it
watch that.
I'll look that up.
We'll look him up on IMDb later,
Yeah, we'll
and
get
we'll
some-
talk about
let's
it
do
next
that.
week.
Let's
Yeah,
do
next week, yeah.
Okay, cool.
We'll watch that film and then we'll
Yeah.
talk about it.
Well,
All
if
right,
we can download
so-
it in time.
No.
God.
No downloading, no downloading.
No
We're
downloading.
All right, so
I'll go home
Hayden
and download
Christensen
it.
bad.
Hayden Christensen, he's pretty much the only flaw I have with this movie. Pretty much.
If
And
there
maybe
was a
Mace
little
Windu,
bit.
but other than that,
Yeah. Okay.
because I just hate Mace Windu. That was a joke. guys.
What?
Mace Windu had the worst delivery I've ever heard of a line in the movie ever. But except in this movie when he says, "Party's over," and you're
Yeah.
like, you're a hero.
Yeah. I've told the story about that before, right? Where he's supposed to actually say
Yeah.
"party's over, Mother
Other
Smurfer."
blankers.
Yeah.
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 And then George Lucas censored it because George Lucas.
George.
I think the real problem with the prequel
I'm
trilogy.
I'm glad he
He's
censored that.
I think
George Lucas.
I think the whole problem with the prequel trilogy
I
is
don't think
George
it is.
Lucas because he chose Hayden Christensen, he chose the kid who played Anakin, he chose the plot for Episode 1. He let it fly, and
He wrote it.
the studio couldn't say anything because he owned the studio. They just wanted to make money, so the fault really rests entirely on
They
George
did
Lucas.
make money though.
Yeah.
They
I
made a
love-
lot of money.
They had
Yeah.
a lot of money.
I loved Episode 4, 5, and 6. I love some of George Lucas's other movies, like Indiana Jones, even though he worked with Steven Spielberg on that, and I like Steven Spielberg much more than I like George Lucas. But I don't think he should have done these movies. I think he should have hired different writers or different directors.
Well, you're wrong.
and
All right, so
you're not going to explain why.
Nope.
Nope.
So 4 out of 6. Hayden Christensen. He's 2 points on my negative scale.
He's 2 points off.
2 points off
2 pints
of
off.
a perfect movie.
A perfect
well,
smoothie.
Oh, and the end. The end I just hate. Oh, we're getting married in the boo. Ooh, my robot hand. Awful.
Yeah. All right.
well, 3.5 out of 6 actually.
3.5? All right.
Just because the ending really sucked.
I know, right?
Like when I
Yeah.
when I came out, like when I stopped watching that movie, I was just so disappointed. I really wanted to see more, or even like cut it earlier
Wait a minute.
and just
Does he kill the Tusken Riders in this movie?
yes,
That was awesome.
that was I really
I-
liked
I
that.
think
I think
liked
that should have been done in the first movie.
Those are
It's
all
a great
no,
scene, and
I-
it should have been done in the
I
first
don't think
movie.
so. I don't
No,
think so.
definitely not.
Why should we
Definitely
have
not.
should we have Anakin as more of
Because
an
then
innocent character?
because
in
then the
episode
Clone
1?
Wars would have nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
I
Yeah.
think that is my 3 points, and then the half is the clone.
Okay.
The clone at the
Clones.
end. That was such a great scene. Oh man, I love that. Anyways, nerding on.
Is it my turn now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
What did I give episode 1? I gave episode 1 a 1, and I said I would give episode 2 a lower score.
0.5.
Yeah, I said 0.5. I honestly think this was
I
a
agree
bad
with
movie.
you. I think the first one is better than the second.
Barely.
Yeah, that's why I went from a 5 down to a 4, man.
I think it was much worse. I think that the entire movie, except for where Anakin kills the Tusken Raiders, I think the entire movie was just building up to the fight scene at the end, where we have the clones fighting the robots, and we can really see how the sides are sort of similar. You know, like the clones are sort of like the droids on the Separatist side. They're very similar.
Oh, it's time. It's time.
For a moral discussion?
You've brought it up.
Okay.
Number 2. All right, so this is how I would do it.
Okay, let's
All
do
right.
it.
So since Anakin
Alright.
is older, he's about 20 in this movie. He was 18 in the last one, or 17.
All right.
Right.
By your universe.
My personal universe. This is the
Okay.
one the storyline I'm creating.
Okay.
All right. So the Clone Wars should either be happening
Mm-hmm.
or started in the end of near the end of the last one.
All right.
Like the kind of attack on Naboo should have started the Clone Wars.
Yeah.
Right.
That makes
Start
sense.
at the beginning of this one.
Yes, or the beginning, one of the two.
Yeah,
So
I like that better.
So we have a movie devoted to the Clone Wars.
Yeah, and then it's actually the
All right.
Clone Wars.
And maybe at the beginning of this movie, we go and find the clones.
Mhm.
All right, now this is the important part.
It doesn't last that long. I don't think it should last that long.
I'm not done yet.
Okay.
Shut
Shut the Smurf up.
Shut the Smurf up. So, Obi-Wan goes to Kamino. I have no problem with that. So, what should happen is there should be a group of Mandalorians. Like 5. All right? Jango Fett is the leader. There are 4 other dudes. All right, they're the bounty hunters. They're maybe referenced at the beginning of this movie by trying to assassinate someone, right?
Right.
All right.
The clone troopers are based off of the 4 that are not Jango Fett.
Okay.
All right?
And Boba is the
And Boba
only...
is the only one who's based off Jango Fett. That's why he's so much better than everyone else.
Because Jango is
because
the true Mandalorian.
He's the truest. He's Mandalore,
Yeah.
the king of the Mandalorians,
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
So you kind of have that. That's so you can see that Boba Fett is such a strong character,
Okay.
right? And maybe he's a little bit older in this film than he was, other than like he's like 13 in this movie.
Yeah.
I don't like that at all. I want him to be
No.
older, right? So then you have the Mandalorians, and then you start to see combat.
Wait. If he's 13 in Attack of the Clones, in the actual movie Attack of the Clones,
Yeah,
he
He's
gets married with Padme at the age of 13? Is that what happens?
No, I'm talking about Boba Fett.
Oh, Boba Fett. Okay, sorry.
Boba Fett was like 13. In this
Yeah,
movie.
yeah, he should have been older. Okay,
I
yeah.
think he should have been older.
Okay.
All right. So he's about 30. Yeah. Okay. Anyways.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Anyways.
So you said he was about 20?
So how
Anakin?
old is Jango then?
Oh, Django's like 40.
Okay, Jango's
Okay.
40. Boba's gonna be... Are we gonna see the growth of Boba throughout the movie? Because he
Yeah.
Does he age faster?
I don't think he should age faster.
No, because he still has to be
He
in
is-
the later episodes
yeah.
where... Yeah, okay.
But in the third movie, we get into the exciting part where he's like all baller and stuff.
yes.
We're only in the second movie,
Yeah.
right? So yeah, halfway through the movie, the Clone Wars should start.
Okay.
All right, and this is where you kind of see how both sides are equal at the beginning. All right,
I like this.
clones and droids are equal. All
Mhm.
right, because as far as you're concerned, the droids in the Clone Wars, the droids are just as good as the clones, and there's no reason we shouldn't be using droids because they're not sacrificing human
Well,
lives.
there's a lot
Mhm.
more droids than there are.
Yeah, but
clones.
they're not humans, right? So we're not sacrificing
Yeah.
humans. What you should see is they're kind of equal at the beginning, equal losses.
Yeah.
But the thing about the clones is that they learn, they adapt, they
Yeah.
get progressively superior.
Yeah,
Right?
experience.
So experience. Droids can't have experience. Humans can.
Yeah.
And that's what kind of leads to the falling out of droids as combat units, right?
Mhm.
Because there's no reason that there should be way more droids doing combat.
Unless you made them learning. Is IG-88 a learning robot?
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
that's
got-
why he's a good bounty hunter.
Yeah, that's why he's a great bounty hunter.
Yeah.
I'm burping. Sorry. So, and then we should see Anakin and Obi-Wan fighting together in the Clone Wars with clone troopers, kind of
Yep.
leading them.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right,
Like they
Like-
do in the Clone Wars.
like they do in the
cartoon.
Clone Wars. Yeah,
Yeah.
but not like
Yeah.
secret stealth missions, like straight up
No,
combat
straight
on the
up attack.
battlefield.
Yeah.
On the battlefield,
Although,
cutting dudes up.
I
Killing
gotta say
dudes.
this. I know they're doing the CG cartoon for the Clone Wars now. Before they did that,
Yes, there was an animated movie.
there was the animated. It was like
Oh, was it a
2
movie?
short movies. It was like 2 like hour-long movies, I think.
Yeah.
They showed them on Teletoon, and that's how I watched them. And
Yeah.
there's one episode or like one short segment where it's just clone troopers, and they're going through a secret mission on a planet, and they're taking out all these droid positions. And it sort of reminded me of Saving Private Ryan, and I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really great.
Because it
I would
shows the
like to see
adaptability
that.
of the droid.
Yeah,
Of the
clone
clones.
troopers. Yeah,
Clones
And
can
they
do so much
had-
more than droids ever could, but you never see that.
yeah.
in
I think it was
movies.
Commander Cody was in it as well.
Commander
He was
Cody's the
great.
hero.
And then the same group goes to fight General Grievous with Ki-Adi-Mundi, and it's a great scene.
Is it in water time?
Yeah, I think it's great.
Yeah, so that kind of like more
Experience.
experience, more like you see the kind of progression of the clone troopers.
Yeah.
But the most important part, in my personal opinion, is when they get near the end. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So Count Dooku's not even in this movie. Not even
No,
referenced.
well, Darth Maul.
It's Darth Maul,
Yeah.
right? So you have Darth Maul, and he's the one who cuts off
Yeah.
Anakin's arm.
Ooh, I like that.
Oh.
All right. So you kind of have the progression of.
So just making him
you make me
even-
lose my legs, I'll make you lose an arm.
Yeah. Well, that's not really fair, but Darth Maul he's gonna take what he can get, right?
He's gonna take what he's get, but this is where life gets exciting.
Yeah.
So then we see Anakin kind of get like really freaking angry,
Yeah.
and he actually destroys his own lightsaber. All right,
Destroys his
How?
own.
his own lightsaber with the Force, and creates some like a Force lightning bolt, like a from destroying his own
Okay.
lightsaber. I know this sounds crazy, but
Right.
it shows the anger that's within him,
Yeah.
right? But then he can't fight back; it's still his goddamn arm.
Yeah.
And then Yoda comes in and prevents the fight from
Yeah.
going on. But
Sorta like-
no lightsaber. Yoda doesn't have.
Oh,
a fucking
Yoda doesn't need
lightsaber.
it.
He doesn't need a lightsaber. He has
Yeah.
the Force.
Yoda is like the ultimate
He has the
master.
Force. And
Okay.
It angers me.
So that's how you would do it?
And that's how it. And Obi-Wan is like, awesome.
Yeah.
And more jokes.
Way more Obi-Wan.
Because I think also the jokes make a lot more sense.
Yeah.
Because he's trying to he's in a war. He's killing things. Those jokes kind of keep him in the.
Yeah, they do that in the
Yeah.
Clone Wars.
Keep him
And the cartoon.
mentally in check.
Yeah.
All right. I'm done with my recreation of that.
All right.
movie.
I don't think I have that much else to say about Episode 2. I just think it was a big build-up to the final action scene, and the final action scene was a little bit of a letdown because no Darth Maul.
Yeah. The whole sweet.
I love the idea of Count Dooku. I do not like Christopher Lee as Count Dooku because Christopher Lee is too old for the role, and we can really see that in Episode 3. I love Christopher Lee as an actor. He was great in all the movies that he's done before that, but he was just too old for those movies, and they should have realized that. Now on to Episode 3.
All right.
What would you give Episode 3 out of 6?
Out of 6. I want to give it like a 5.5, but
Ooh.
right, that end. Just kidding. These are all jokes. But that end fight scene is like 30 gosh darn minutes.
Yeah, it's
of
huge.
just lava and lightsabers.
Yeah.
Right.
I love it.
It's awful.
It was just a George Lucas extravaganza.
It was how much CG can you put in one scene, and
Yep.
they achieved it. They achieved
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Everything but the characters.
Yeah.
So
That
I'm gonna put
was-
it down to a 4.5.
Okay, 4.5. Okay.
No. Yeah, no 4.5.
So what did you really not like about the movie?
That 30-minute
Okay.
fight.
What did you really like about the movie?
Obi-Wan.
Obi-Wan.
His one-liners are the best in this one.
You know what? I think the space scene in the beginning, that
So
was
good.
great.
So
and
good.
Obi-Wan was good in it because he had the spring the trap liner.
This being the trap line, the another happy landing when they land on
Yeah, yeah,
Coruscant, and
Yeah,
and
I like that.
I love how you kind of see that Obi-Wan is more experienced than Anakin. You never really see it in the other ones because they're both kind
Yeah.
of young.
Yeah.
But in this one, you kind of see how Anakin's like, oh, I got this one. He just like scrapes his starfighter across Obi-Wan's
Yeah.
to get the droids off. And that's just hilarious because it kind of shows the difference between them.
Yeah.
But it also shows that Obi-Wan, who as we can probably tell in the movies, doesn't really like flying,
No.
is willing to do it like he
Yeah.
can get over it.
For
Which-
peace.
Which I think is something Anakin couldn't do.
Yeah.
Anakin wouldn't do what he doesn't want to do.
Yeah.
And that's good.
So it kind of gives the upper hand to
Obi-Wan.
Obi-Wan.
And
Which is
it
good,
shows,
'cause-
and it shows in the later fight scene, the one part I like, where they both use force push at the same time,
Yeah.
and they're kind of have that ball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And as we saw earlier, Anakin's ability to use the force is so much higher than Obi-Wan's.
Yeah.
But Obi-Wan is so much more experienced.
Yeah.
He has
He
more
can-
control.
He's way more
over it.
control, and that gives him the edge.
The edge.
But not quite because there's so much goddamn midichlorians.
Yeah.
That's what I really
Okay.
like. I like the relationship between them growing in this movie.
Is that Is that it for episode
That's
3 for you?
For me.
Okay. Garnet?
I agree with like everything you just said.
I know, right?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
that relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really growing.
No,
sure.
I really liked the in between Obi-Wan
Yeah.
and Anakin. That was really nice.
Like even Hayden Christensen wasn't that bad in this movie.
Yeah, no,
Like,
you're
he was-
right.
because
He
you
was-
started to see he was less angsty and more hotshot.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, he was much
For
more of a
sure.
hot shot. I love Natalie Portman, and I didn't like her in this movie. And it disappointed me because
Really?
she was going to be one of the things that would really make me like this movie. I think she was too... Oh my god.
I had the biggest burp ever, and I had to cover it up.
Oh my god. She was either too whiny or too sad throughout the whole movie for me. Like, they should have had one moment where she was happy.
She
Just
was.
one.
They had.
When the
I'm
younglings were
sure
killed,
they did.
I'm sure
No,
when the younglings were killed, she was just like, "This is the greatest moment of my life."
I think she needed more
This
emotion.
feels amazing.
She-
I think she
seemed-
needed a wider range
She
of
seemed
emotion.
kind of, not even a wider range, just more.
yeah, more
She
time.
seemed kind of flat.
yeah.
Yeah.
A little
Yeah,
flat.
a little stale. So what is your score out of 6? Yours was
4.5.
4.5.
I want to lower number 1 to 4.5 as well.
Oh wait. No, we'll
4.5.
discuss it. We'll discuss it later.
I'll go 5.
5. Wow.
No, it is. It's a strong movie.
It is.
People
It's
just don't
good.
See it.
I.
Oh, I got more.
Yeah. We're gonna talk about it after.
No,
I'm
no,
done.
no, not about that.
Oh.
About Obi-Wan as a character growing.
Oh
as a-
yeah. We'll talk about it after I'm done my review.
You do your
So
partial
out
review.
of the prequel trilogy, I think this is definitely the strongest.
Okay, good.
However, I do not think that this is the best movie in the world.
Oh, what?
I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 6.
Okay, for you that's high so
That's
Yeah,
high
no,
for me.
but 6 out of Star Wars.
Yeah. It's all right, but
Like
I think the
Star Wars
acting,
standard.
like standardly, the acting throughout the movie is horrible, except for Obi-Wan. Other than that, like even Samuel L. Jackson. Samuel
He's
L.
much better
Jackson.
in this movie.
He's good in this movie, but he's still not that good.
Everyone. was
Samuel
better in
L.
this movie.
Jackson is my favorite actor of all time, and they're all better. But that means that the acting was really horrible in Attack of the Clones because, like, rewatching Revenge of the Sith, I have not seen Revenge of the Sith since it came out in theaters, and rewatching was like, was the acting always this bad? And maybe that's
Yep.
why I'm saying it's a 3 out of 6, because I truly thought that the acting was some of the worst I have ever seen. And,
It is.
I know it's a sci-fi epic that's supposed to be really about the plotline. That means the acting should be good. The character development should be great.
That's what I liked about this movie.
The acting was so bad.
No, the character development,
Yeah.
which was strong in this movie. It's
The
of
character
course,
development is strong.
The thing is,
but the
the thing
acting
is,
is
I think
weak.
the
The
issue
writing
is,
was so much better.
I think the issue in this
Just-
movie for a lot of people was that it wasn't as obvious. It's
Maybe,
more subtle. It's a
maybe.
lot more subtle clues.
Yeah, see, I caught the subtleties. It's just,
Like the force push thing is massive for me.
yeah.
It's one of those things where I'm like, this is why Obi-Wan's the best.
Yeah.
I see what you mean, though.
Yeah.
Like, they had the right
The line-
lines. They had the right words.
Yeah,
But
the
there was
line
something
delivery.
off. Yeah, I
They
can
didn't.
delivery.
The delivery. That's the word.
Yeah.
They
Another happy
didn't-
landing. What was wrong with that? What was that?
Power! Unlimited power! There was no need for that line. That line just doesn't make sense.
True.
But if they took it out,
Samuel
I
L.
would be so
Jackson's
sad.
lines were good.
Or perhaps unlimited powers referencing because you know when he gets all wrinkly.
Yeah.
A theory is that's his true form. I know that sounds weird, but that's like Palpatine's true form, and perhaps that allows him to access unlimited power.
So he evolves as a Pokemon.
No, it's like he was wearing the facade of Palpatine.
Okay.
But
That's all right because he always he always looks like he's got his true face when he's doing the teleprompts,
And his, like,
to-
his teeth are
yeah.
all like...
when he's doing the video messages to
Mhm.
his Sith apprentices.
Yeah.
Now, how would you change Episode 3?
No. Before we go there,
Yeah.
the end of this movie. All right. I can't tell if I love it or hate it, because there's a part at the end of the fight scene,
Mhm.
when Obi-Wan is above Anakin. He's cut off all his limbs. All right, there he is, crawling towards Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
I loved you.
Yeah.
I loved you like a brother,
Yeah.
Anakin.
Yeah.
Right, and you're like, oh shit. These emotions.
Yeah.
But the thing, I don't know whether it's right or wrong, is he left him.
You feel like he should have killed him.
I think he should have killed him.
Like,
Because
morally, Obi-Wan would have killed him.
Morally, Obi-Wan should have killed him. He shouldn't have left him because he was
Yeah.
going to burn to death.
Yeah.
I mean, Obi-Wan left with the intention of letting Anakin
Burn to death.
burn to the worst death, as far as we're concerned.
For killing younglings, though.
For killing
I loved it. I love that they did that.
I can't. It's one of those things I can't tell if I love it or hate it
Yeah.
because it really shows that Obi-Wan is just fed up
Yeah.
and he's like, I don't care what happens. I don't want to deal with this. That's why he becomes a
Yeah.
hermit, right?
That's the whole
Yeah.
reason.
But
That's
but
why
it
they
also
did that.
it's like I love you like a brother, and like would a brother do that to another brother?
No.
Right, and I don't know.
Did he say love or loved?
I loved you like a brother.
Exactly.
Past tense.
And it's the past tense, and you know what? I think I'm still on the edge about that. I might come with a conclusion later.
That's
but
a really interesting conversation to have. I like that he left them there hanging
to burn to death.
because it's a
Suffer
because it's a
painful death.
punishment for his crimes
No
or
shit.
the perceived
Cut
crimes
his-
that he has. Yeah.
Junk off. That would have been the ultimate crime.
That would have been the ultimate.
No younglings for you.
So how would you change episode 3?
All right, this is where I get left to the setting. All right, so boom, you start off, comes in, boom, not the fight, not the space scene, I know, but maybe no, actually change that, space scene.
Uh-huh.
But instead of them going to another ship, they're going to the planet.
That makes sense.
All right, so because why is there a space battle over Coruscant? How did they get so close to Coruscant?
Yeah.
Right.
I totally get that.
But so they're on some planet somewhere. All right.
Okay.
And they come landing. They land in lots of droids, but there's only like 6 clone troopers. All right. I know that sounds a short, but this is showing the progression of the clones.
Yeah, the clone troopers are now
And they're
OP.
just the most efficient force in the world. Bang,
Yeah.
bang, 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 bang.
Would we see Commander Cody?
Yes.
Yes.
Because I love Commander Cody.
I'm starting to like this movie more and more.
All right. So, and Obi-Wan and Anakin are with them.
Yeah.
There's like a base they're going to, so they go in the base,
Mhm.
and the clones say, "We're gonna hold off here. You go inside and take care of the target."
Uh-huh.
They go inside, and that's where they see the Mandalorians. All right, not the clone troopers, but the legit Mandalorians.
Yeah.
So all 4 of them, and Jango, and
Yeah.
Baba, who's probably now about 20.
And he's going to be kicking all sorts of butt?
I will continue. So the 4 Mandalorians get slaughtered like animals. It's
By
like
the
right
clone
off the bat.
troopers?
No, not the clone troopers.
By Anakin and Obi-Wan?
By Anakin and Obi-Wan.
All right.
All right, and then what should happen is, Jango, right, pulls out a vibroblade. This is from the extended universe, so it's getting
Yeah.
pretty crazy.
Yeah.
But it's like a sword.
Yeah.
So I think he should have a sword in one hand and a blaster in the other.
Okay.
All right, so what he's doing is he's fighting one guy with a sword and he's shooting at the other one so he can't attack him.
That
Right,
makes sense.
so there's a distraction going on.
Yeah.
At this point, Boba should pick up a rifle. All right, so you see him growing as a character.
Yeah.
Not like majorly,
No.
like oh, this movie's about Boba Fett, but
No.
so he picks up a rifle from one of the dead Mandalorians and he starts shooting at one of them, and maybe he gets a shot off on Obi-Wan, or not Obi-Wan,
On Anakin.
Anakin's arm,
On the
the
robot,
robot arm,
Okay.
right? Kind of like Luke in the
Yep.
6th one, right? And then they retreat onto Slave One, and Boba actually takes off without Jango and leaves his father to die.
Ooh.
Right, and he then assumes the role of Jango Fett, Mandalore,
Yeah.
King of the Mandalorians. Therefore, making
Yeah.
and that kind of shows how he's in it for himself.
Yeah.
Right, you see him from the kind of the mama's boy Jango's boy.
Yeah.
to kind of growing as a character, and he leaves Jango to die.
Uh-huh.
So Boba gets off with the goods, leaves his father to die.
Boba Fett.
Okay.
All right. Then seconds after the ship takes off, in come the clone troopers who've slaughtered everything outside, and they're like covered in robot guts, and they're just like, "We're here," and then they of course knock Jango out,
Yeah.
but then Anakin, when they knock Obi-Wan, pushes them to a
Yeah,
crate
yeah,
and
yeah.
falls over, collapsed. Then Anakin goes up and kills him.
Yeah.
What the hell did you do that for?
Yeah.
He was a monster. I killed him because
Yeah.
he was a monster.
Yeah.
And Obi-Wan's kind of like, I don't know how I feel about this.
Yeah.
And then you pretty much see the end of the Clone Wars happening here,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
So with that, Anakin kills him, but Obi-Wan doesn't. Does that really set up the fight for Mustafar, where Obi-Wan
What-
spares him because we know that Obi-Wan can't do it because it's immoral?
Who said there's gonna be a fight on Mustafar?
Okay. Never mind.
Right? You're assuming so many things about my movie.
All right.
But this
Let's
is
hear
what
more
this
of your
is what
movie.
you're changing to the plot line. Who would you pick for actors?
I would keep Ewan McGregor,
Okay.
Of
right?
course,
Of course.
no doubt.
I would. Hayden Christensen, I hate you so much, but I love you, man. Get him out.
I love him as a person. I do not love him as an actor.
Get him out. I like Django's actor. I like him.
Yeah, he's actually pretty good.
He was
I
good.
would- I would keep-
If he
I
was a bit
yeah.
older. Yeah. No. I'm
Django was
thinking of the
plenty
kid who
perfect.
plays Boba. No, the guy who plays Django is perfect.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
I would have someone who looks similar to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, and what's his face?
Boba.
No, Anakin.
For Anakin.
Anakin, someone not as angsty, but more
Yeah.
angry. Not like Mark Ruffalo
Clint
angry.
Eastwood's son, Matt
No.
Eastwood.
No.
No.
All right.
Someone like Robin from Batman. Just kidding. No, someone, moody, kind of edgy,
But not too unpredictable.
not too. I would say, I know this is gonna sound crazy, but an angrier Robert Pattinson. Because he kind of has the cockiness.
He
I
has the
want.
potential.
He has the potential.
He has the potential. I wanted him to
I think
more
maybe
emotion.
if he had did that instead of Twilight.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
there might have been a career in him for him
Yeah.
if he did my movies. Not if he did.
If you, with the beret.
Yeah, with the beret. Like a lot, like just an angry version of him.
Yeah. Okay.
And I think that would work. And I know
Okay.
that sounds crazy.
Yeah.
But
I
what I
understand
would
that.
and of course later in the film you see how Padme's pregnant. Oh no, wait, I forgot something in the second movie. So in the second movie, Anakin's like, oh, I really like Padme. Like he's confiding in Obi-Wan because they're brothers for all
Yeah.
intents and purposes.
Yeah.
And Obi-Wan says, dude, you can't do it.
Yeah.
We are Jedi. We put this away. And
Yeah.
then Anakin says, what do you know about love?
Yeah.
And we see that Obi-Wan actually does. He was in love,
Yeah.
but he can't do anything.
Because he's a Jedi.
He's a Jedi. He
Yeah.
can't do
And
anything.
he understands that.
Yeah, he understands that. But he's like you really see it. Like he loves this woman,
Yeah.
but he can't do anything.
For my life to be over.
Kind of like that, but
Yeah.
like just this strong emotion, right?
Yeah.
And in this movie, Padme's pregnant,
Yeah.
has her children, and Obi-Wan is. There's no love triangle because they were trying to get a love triangle. If anyone noticed into this movie,
Yeah.
it did not
Yeah.
work. Right, so you remove that love triangle, and you have Obi-Wan there saying, Anakin is not a good father. All right,
No.
Anakin won't be a good father. Look at him; he's reckless. He's
Cocky.
cocky. He's everything a Jedi shouldn't be.
Mm-hmm.
But he's the best of us and the worst of us.
Yeah.
Right. And Obi-Wan should say, I will be the father.
Okay.
Not like
Not
I
as
will
a
marry you,
Yeah.
but like
He
you
will
should
look
let,
after the children.
you should let me look over your children because Anakin is not the kind of person to do that. And that's where Anakin's like, no, they're my children. I'm going to raise them. And that kind of brings in
And that brings in the tension
the
between
tension in later movies where he really
Anakin
wants
in
to meet
episodes
his
4, 5,
son
and
and
6. Yeah.
he's angry about it.
Yeah.
Right? And then the fight scene should not be on Mustafar because that planet has nothing to do with it. What it should be is Padme's births the children, right? And
Okay.
Obi-Wan takes them away, both to Tatooine.
Oh.
All right, so we got both of them. You
And
bring the
then
Tatooine.
Anakin
goes to Tatooine,
Yeah.
and they have the fight scene at Tatooine.
Yeah.
All right, and he cuts off all his limbs. He makes him basically a cripple, and he leaves him in the desert.
Which is a lot better than
Well,
lava.
it's a higher chance of life, not much,
Higher chance
but a
of
higher
life.
chance of life.
Okay.
And then he realizes, all right, there's only one way to do this. I need to give one to Bail Organa, the other leader of the Republic.
Because
Right.
Bail Organa is pretty great.
He's a hero, and
Yeah.
actually one of my favorite parts
Yeah.
is Bail Organa being awesome.
Yeah.
And so he's like, okay, you take this one, I'll take this one. We'll go our own separate ways, and hopefully we won't ever have to do anything. We split them up, so the forces and
Yeah. So, Uncle
Forces
Owen
and
and Aunt Beru?
keep them.
Okay.
Keep him.
Have Obi-Wan.
Obi-Wan drop them off and say, I'll watch from a distance like he does.
Okay.
Like that same ending is perfect. The ending to this movie
is great.
Is perfect.
Yeah.
Just the
Really
kind of
nice.
the similarities between like the looking into the dual suns and
Yep.
Yeah.
and that kind of and this is gonna get pretty symbolic, but the dual suns represent both children.
Yeah.
Kind of in a way.
And also
Yeah.
sort of Anakin and Obi-Wan both trying to be the father.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And of course we see the bad father is Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
Of course.
Old Ben.
Cue Alec Guinness. Yes.
And then I think in this movie he when he drops off the Luke,
Yeah.
he should, instead of being like, I have a kid for you, be like, hey, this is your your nephew.
Yeah.
And they say like, who are you? And I would say, my name's Ben, and he walks off.
Yeah.
So we have that he's no longer Obi-Wan. He doesn't
He's
consider
Ben.
himself a Jedi.
Yeah. He's broken his bond.
And all the Jedi get killed by Anakin.
Yeah.
By Anakin single-handedly, I think.
Maybe with a bit of the 501st?
No.
Okay.
None of the
Okay.
501st. I think because you should really see
Enforce the fact that Anakin,
is so freaking powerful.
Yeah, okay.
So powerful.
Yeah.
Because you don't see that.
You never
at
see that.
all.
You're just
At
like,
all.
guess what he kills? Kids. That's all he kills in that movie. A bunch of kids and a librarian. If you go into the lore,
Yeah.
that's about it.
Yeah.
He should just kill everything in there, and
Yeah.
that's how he. Order 66
Yeah.
should be him killing everyone.
Order 66 is just
Order
titled
66
Anakin.
should be Darth Vader.
Oh, yeah.
What?
Darth Vader is
What did
Order
you say?
66.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's him,
Oh.
and in his darkness he clouds, because one of the contentions a lot of people have about that, the Order 66 is
Yeah.
the fact that hundreds of Jedis are being killed. Why is Yoda the only one who notices this? Right? So in his darkness,
Yeah.
like because the dark side of the Force clouds our judgment, right?
Yeah.
He just slaughters them.
Yeah.
And the dark, the anger, the energies
Yeah.
create this this aura
Yeah. This
That-
chaos.
that cannot be felt by anything but the masters.
Yeah.
Who we then see Yoda, of course.
That explains a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And even
So
Mace,
Yoda flees?
in fact, Mace Windu could
Yeah.
be in this
Who
movie
would
as
flee?
he says he and Yoda are talking, and this can actually show why Yoda lives. He says we are justice. Mace Windu, and this can also show why why people don't hate the Jedi, is because Obi-Wan's like we are justice. It's my job to go and take care of him. It's our
Yeah.
job.
Yeah.
We are the supreme justice. Kind of like
Yeah.
how in some video games Paladins or Templars are considered evil
Yeah.
because they're just punishing people.
Yeah.
Right, and we have Mace Windu go and just slaughtered instantly. Not instantly, like good fight scene,
Decent fight scene.
a decent fight scene, but
Yeah.
still get killed
Oh, yeah.
by this upcomer,
By Vader.
by Vader.
By Vader.
Vader's fist.
Yeah.
By Vader's fist,
I
and he
wanted
punches him in
to-
the face. A great survival first.
I wanted to mention
dies.
I met the woman who played young Beru Lars. She's in the movie for literally maybe 5 seconds.
I love her.
But she's the nicest lady in the world.
She's got like pigtails and stuff.
Yeah,
in that
like
movie.
when I met her, she was just so nice.
It's my girlfriend Baru. I think it good.
No, but like I sort of expected, she was stuck at a Star Wars convention at Disney World. I expected her to
Celebration V.
be, huh?
Celebration 5.
No, it was just like Star Wars weekends at the
Okay.
MGM Studios.
Okay.
And she was stuck there, and I thought she was going to be disappointed, like, it wasn't the greatest turnout, or she wasn't that happy. And she was just, totally polite, totally the nicest person in the world.
Mhm.
I was really
awesome.
surprised, yeah. I've also met Peter Mayhew, the guy who does... Is it Peter Mayhew who does Chewbacca?
I think so. Yeah,
Yeah.
Mayhew. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
I've met him at Fan Expo in Toronto, and I've met the little person who's in R2-D2.
Midget.
Whoa.
No, he's a midget. He's a midget because the
Yeah,
dwarves
he
overheated.
is.
Overheated?
Yeah,
Heat? Hotted?
yeah.
They got too hot.
Yeah. Wait, there's a difference between midget and dwarf?
Yes.
Okay. Well,
Dwarfism is a ailment. Midget is short.
okay. Well, I met him as well, and he was also a very nice person.
I'm sure he was.
Peter Mayhew, I just shook his hand. I didn't really get the chance to talk to him. They charged me a lot of money to shake his hand. So, yeah. Maybe he wasn't that happy.
Mhm.
But, yeah, no, I've met some of these people. and they all seem to be cool, and I think they deserve better than George Lucas.
Also,
Who would you want to direct it?
Who would I want to direct it? Steven Spielberg.
that'd be awful.
I think.
that would no.
Saving Private Ryan.
Not what I'm looking for.
No, who would you get to direct it?
Not Wes Anderson.
Wes Anderson.
No.
That would be so bad.
I think something
Ridley Scott?
too
dark?
No, too cerebral.
Okay.
That's what I was
What
going
Quentin Tarantino?
No.
No.
What would he do?
No, I was thinking something more like Joss Whedon.
Yes.
I was thinking because
Yeah.
that ensemble, like I think
The ensemble
clones,
thing.
they kind of that should be part of the ensemble of it's certainly the second movie and the third movie.
Yep.
Kind of an ensemble cast that kind of the witty banter would certainly improve
Yeah.
from Joss
For
Whedon.
sure.
Okay, Joss Whedon for sure. And then, because of his success with that, he would just be handed the Avengers on a silver platter.
What are you talking about? The first movie was made before Firefly, therefore Firefly would be awesome.
Yeah.
And everyone will watch it.
Yeah, and then Firefly would be
And it was
like
still
tops.
in the air, and it'd be great.
Yeah.
Or maybe Firefly would never have been made. This is getting a
That's
weird
another
universe.
one
It's
that
getting
I've
a
never
weird
seen an
universe.
episode of Firefly. Seriously, I've never seen an episode.
Okay, well we should. Get
That's
to
why
on
I've
that.
reserved
Should we?
judgment.
I don't think
You
we should
don't
watch
like
that.
it. You love
I
it.
love it.
Garnet doesn't like
Well,
it. Michael loves it.
I can't really judge. I've only
Okay.
seen 10 minutes of the first episode.
And so people know, so we don't get hate mail in the giftscast.gmail.com. Giftscast@gmail.com. So we don't get any hate mail there. That is not like, this is what happens in the movie. That's like a general overview of what happens in the movie. I'm not sure
And
how I
really,
feel
if
about
you haven't
Kashyyyk
seen
or-
those movies yet,
No, my movies. No one's seen my movies.
oh, okay.
No, I mean like when I'm describing the movies, there's
Yeah.
a lot of stuff missing, but I'm
Yeah.
trying to hit the major plot
You're
points.
hitting the major parts that you thought were wrong and
They
how
were
you
wrong
would
and
fix
how I
them.
would have fixed them. Yeah.
Yeah. So does Yoda come back from Kashyyyk to Coruscant? And that's where they
No, I
say...
don't think he's ever at Kashyyyk. Why would the war go that long?
Yeah.
Why do the Wookiees have to be involved?
That's
we have
true.
clone troopers. They're so efficient.
Yeah.
He should just be in Coruscant doing whatever.
Yeah. And
Maybe-
the clone troopers are
maybe-
just mopping up on Kashyyyk.
Maybe what he's on a spirit quest or something. I don't know. That's a spirit quest.
Spirit quest.
Maybe he's on a spirit quest to Dagobah when this all happens, and he's still on Dagobah now.
Yeah. And then he
searching
somehow
for
gets...
his-
Maybe he somehow gets a message from Obi-Wan saying, don't come back.
No.
No?
Not that stupid. Don't come back stuff.
Yeah.
That's all.
Obi-Wan, though.
Okay.
I think that Yoda should be like it's almost as though Yoda in the fifth and sixth movie doesn't really know what's going on.
Maybe he senses
know?
that
He
there's...
knows what's going on. He just doesn't show it.
Maybe he senses that there's a great evil around.
And he just
that's it.
refuses
And
to
he
leave.
shouldn't
He
leave.
just refuses to leave the planet.
I think that makes sense.
Because
Yeah.
he's just so. This is where I am.
Yeah.
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 It's not like I'm gonna go here for no real reason.
Okay, so we haven't watched episodes 4, 5, and 6 yet. We haven't
we'll
done
do
the
that.
rewatch yet.
We'll do that
So we
next
will do
episode.
this week, and then do our reviews next week,
Will we?
or review them as we go along.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you would like to talk about during this GIFTScast?
I don't think so. I think this GIFTScast is perfect.
Yeah,
I think this has
it's
been a
good.
pretty great
It's good.
GIFTScast. For the third recording, this
The
is
third
pretty
recording,
good.
and this will be the first one released, hopefully,
Yeah,
because I put a lot of effort into mine.
that was great. Okay, thank
was
you guys
good.
very much. Thank you to the audience. We had a great time with you. Have a good night.
We'll see you next week.
And remember, send all your mail to giftscast@gmail.com.
Thank you very much. All right.
Bow, bow, to the bow, 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 bow.